Karen, how big and far-ranging is the rise in theft? We've seen this trend kind of materialise across other major economies that are fighting price pressures and rising rates too.
I mean, this is really escalating in a major way after the pandemic. Retail groups estimate it could cost ANZ a combined $6 billion a year. And to get that number, let's look at the percentages. We're talking about a 47+% rise in New South Wales on year. That's obviously a major jump. And it seems to be a universal problem that's hitting everyone from major chains to mom and pops. One supermarket CEO we spoke to said this really went across zip codes, that it wasn't limited to less wealthy areas. And one of the most interesting things to us is what people are stealing. We're seeing a shift in things like electronics to more expensive everyday perishable items like meats. And people are really being increasingly brazen and aggressive about it in a way they hadn't been before. They're taking things like 9 legs of lamb out of a store or $1,500 worth of corned beef. And people can either take that for themselves or they can sell it on the black market. And the stores are in this tricky position where they're trying to stop it by stepping up security like CCTV or even trialing having staff wear cameras. But they also don't want to effectively lock down stores for customers or put their staff at risk. So it's a tricky escalating thing for them to try and solve.
Yeah, we are also seeing those sort of smash and grab retail theft here in the U.S. as well. But tell us a little bit more about how this theft is happening across New Zealand in a way that's not just people going into these stores to steal for themselves, but it's also linked to organized crime.
Yeah, that was really interesting to us as well, was this isolation of a few groups that people were talking about. You have organized crime, which is really on the rise, especially in New Zealand. You also have everyday people hit by the cost of living crisis. And then you also have young people looking to show off for their friends on social media. And in a combination, there's also been a change in the way that we shop. The rise of self-checkout has made it a lot easier for people, especially in these organized crime waves, to smuggle things out. And so does this shift to being more environmental and doing away with things like plastic bags, where you're now just throwing your stuff in your purse or even just carrying it out in your hand. And that's made it a lot easier for them to organize as well. And when you take a step back and look at the background of this is all happening amid a cost of living crisis here. Australia's been in the middle of historic inflation and rate rises, and even people on higher salaries are having trouble making ends meet. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, shoplifting is becoming a key issue ahead of general elections next month. So it's hard to imagine that this is going to drop off anytime soon.